Hi, jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, December 29th. Just a couple more days left in 2015. I had originally planned to do a year-end roundup, and I actually totally forgot to make a video today. Last Thursday, Christmas Eve, was the first day of vacation for me. I was cramming in some last minute vacation so that I could use it before I lose it at the end of the year, because I can't carry it over into the new year. So, yeah, so I'm taking some time off. My plan originally was to work on quilting my Project of Doom or Phoebe's Project of Doom. However, I need to get them basted first, and there's really nowhere in my house where I can do that. I would have to move the furniture completely in the living room in order to have enough space on the floor. And yeah, there's really not a room in the house where there's enough space to lay it out on the floor without having to rearrange furniture. So I need to take it to work, I think, to lay it out there. And I was going to use binder clips or tape or something to tape it down to the tables in the break room. So I might still try to do that over the weekend. Or maybe early New Year's morning or something when no one's there. However, that being said, I did actually go into work this afternoon because things were kind of falling apart, and I felt really bad for my backup. And so, because she really hasn't had the training she should have had before I'm off for this much time. So I ended up going in and helping her out. What I have been working on that I can show you is that stupid purple blouse. Let me just preface this by saying I hate making clothes from scratch. I don't know why. Because when I first started sewing, outside of the basic sewing I did, mending and stuff that I did growing up and in the costume department in college, but I took a sewing class when Phoebe was maybe 2 or 3 years old, and it was a beginner sewing class. Taught you the basics of the machines and basic sewing machines, and we had to choose a pattern and fabric and everything and make a garment from a pattern. So yeah, so I did that, and some of Phoebe's early costumes were made straight from scratch with purchased sewing patterns. I do remember many frustrations and having to solve problems and asking Jennifer for help, I think, probably, or for advice. But I managed to get it done, often the hard way, and often figuring out things for myself because the patterns didn't make sense. I always have a problem with patterns making sense. I don't know how much of that is me and how my brain works, and how much of that is a poorly written pattern where they're assuming that you know things, or they're assuming something to be a given that, unless you've made a lot of things from patterns, would not be a given. So yeah, so that's my preface to the story of the hideous purple shirt. So I have that yardage, and I had a pattern, and it was a peasant blouse pattern, Easy McCall's peasant blouse pattern, and it had a drawstring neck and drawstring sleeves, which I hate, and they don't look good on me. I don't have the right kind of neck and shoulder line for that. Everybody's different. I look okay in a boat neck. I look fairly good, flattering in like a V-neck or like a button-up shirt that has an open neck, but something about those drawstrings, and I don't know, it just draws too much attention to the neckline. It's weird. But anyway, I don't like those. So, anyway, I made the biggest size, which this pattern was large and extra large. I made the extra large, thinking it'd be better to take it in. And here it is. You'll note there is not a drawstring neck because I was not going to do that. So rather than make a casing for the neckline, I found a tutorial online where a lady did a similar pattern and did a gathered neck. You know, where you just do a couple of rows of basting stitches, basically, and you leave a long string at each end, and you just tug on them, shifting the fabric until it gathers up. And then once you have it gathered the way you want, you put your binding over it. Rather than do it like a double fold bias binding, where you would fold it over there and pin it on and then top stitch it. I've always had issues with that. So I did it like a quilt binding. I basically did it to the wrong side first so that I could top stitch it down from the right side of the fabric. So it's very stiff. It's a very stiff neck. And the drawstring at the end, this is, I mean, I basically let the binding come all the way out here. And it's very stiff. Like if you tie it into a knot, or into a bow, I mean, it's like you're wrapping a gift. Look at how those stand straight out. If anyone has any suggestions on how to soften this and make it lie more floppy and less like it has floral wire in it, let me know. Meanwhile, originally I was planning to just leave the sleeves plain, but then I decided to follow the pattern for the sleeves and do an elastic, and I actually kind of like how it looks. I'm leaving it very loose so that it's just barely pulled in here and it's loose on my arm, but I think it just gives a more nice finished thing. I've got a hem there with the little slit in the side. My issue is this. Look how wide that is. Now look how short it is. So it fits me like a tent. I mean, it comes out to here, but it stops like well above, like above my waist. It's way too short. So if you have any suggestions for that, I'm thinking maybe I just need to cut the hem off and attach maybe a narrower hem. Maybe do some sort of gathered. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I hate this shirt. I hate it. And then to top it off, I went to rehearsal last night, and I overheard people talking about making a vest. And I said, what do you mean a vest? And they said, well, some of the other members, they just wear a vest over like a black long sleeve, you know, turtleneck or long sleeve t-shirt. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I have spent hours making this purple monstrosity, and I could have made a purple vest. I could have done that in a freaking hour. Ah. So now I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to put the elastic in the sleeves and donate it to the chorus for someone else to wear if they would like to wear it. You know, there might be someone who needs it to be wider, maybe has a bigger bust than I do, for instance. I'm not as busty as I once was. You know, age is taking its toll. So there might be someone who needs it more than I do. And then just make myself a vest. So I'm kind of toying with that idea. I might even go to Joann's tomorrow, buy some more thread, just buy my own fabric. I might even make a reversible one. I don't know. I'm tempted because I look okay in it, but I'm doing a solo. I don't want to get up in front of, I don't know how many people are going to be there. 50? I don't know. I'm more nervous in front of small audiences than I am big ones. So this will be the first time I've been in front of an audience in many, 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 many years. And the idea of doing it in this poof ball of a shirt is just bothersome to me. So my thought is either buy more fabric and just make like a t-shirt style out of the same fabric, where it's a very simple pullover with no embellishments, or just make a vest. I think I want to go buy a pattern and just make a vest. I could probably make my own pattern, but I will buy one. Even though I hate sewing from patterns, I'm thinking I might be able to handle this. You know, I've made some pretty amazing costumes, I think, over the years. I can't believe I can't follow a pattern, but I can't. So yeah. McCall's You Lie. Very easy. Easy McCall's. my ass. Anyway, that's it. The year's almost over. Guess what? Kick off the big announcements of the X-Files quilt along tomorrow, I believe. And I've got my testing well underway. I think I have 2 more paper piece patterns to test, and then I just have my embroidery to get done. So it's coming along. I look forward to seeing your videos. I haven't watched any yet today. Like I said, I forgot it was Tuesday because, you know, when you have a bunch of days off in a row, you kind of forget what day it is. And, yeah, so I look forward to watching your videos. I hope everyone has the happiest of New Year's. And I will see you in 2016. Bye.